Welcome to the Disability Guerrillas podcast. I'm Eric Galvez, and I've got a great guest with me today. I'll let her introduce herself, but this is Erica Coulston. She's an incredible individual and advocate. So we'll go ahead. Actually, Erica, could you introduce yourself and kind of like explain what you do?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Eric. My name's Erica Coulston. I am a co-owner and president of Walk the Line. We are a PT, physical therapy and occupational therapy clinic. We specialize in people with neurological impairments and conditions. And I have a spinal cord injury myself. I was spinal cord injured in 2001 and started Walk the Line with my family, really as a place to find what I couldn't find in the traditional medical model. And I also like to spend time advocating for people with disabilities, for improved accessibility, and overall participation of people with disabilities in their medical care.
Can you tell us a little bit about your situation and how you started the organization?
Yeah, I like I said, I was injured in 2001 in a car accident. I was only 23, so as a newly paralyzed young adult, I really wanted to work as hard as I could and gain as much function as I could. And I think that the limitations of the traditional medical model were um, difficult to process, and I really felt like the therapists that I worked with saw my limitations only. And I think that this idea of false hope really gets in the way sometimes of the ability to allow someone to push themselves and achieve the most that they can, but also really to find themselves after sustaining such a life-changing event. And so those barriers really set me on a path to explore other options for spinal cord injury recovery after like a traditional outpatient program. So I went to San Diego to a recovery program out there, and that's where I really met so many other people like me from all over the country and the world. And um, we really became a community, and I found that in addition to being able to push myself, physically, it was really the connection to other people that were going through the same thing that helped me to kind of be on my overall journey to recovery, in addition to a physical recovery. And so eventually it came time for me to move back to Detroit, and my family and I started to help to start a program here with a local hospital that was supposed to be kind of what we envisioned, and really take a recovery program to the larger stage, and amplify the voice through a larger hospital system. But I think it's very challenging for ideas of innovation and creativity and non-traditional thought to thrive in hospital systems sometimes. And that, in addition to me advocating for my own care, led to me being discharged from that program. And I found myself without a therapy place, and also um, just feeling overall upset and frustrated. And that was really our push to start our own program and take all the things that we that we learned from the other places we had been, all the things that we believed in, all the things that we were looking for, and start our own program. And so we started Walk the Line in 2007. We worked with a local physiatrist that helped us to start the program and really be sort of like the medical backing of the program initially. And then we've added physical therapists and other licensed staff since 2010.
I was just curious, like what organization were you with in San Diego? Did you work with?
It was called Project Walk. It's no longer in existence. But you know, it was just something I found online in
Okay.
like a spinal cord injury chat, you know, early in my injury days. And I found that there were so many other people that were kind of looking for the same thing, you know, looking for people to work with us in a way that saw the possible in us, and really weren't afraid to challenge what we were capable of. Um, and you know, that really just changed. It changed my life.
Yeah. Wow. So you just found it online? Like,
I did, yes. I know. Yeah, it was funny. I was in a chat page, you know, for spinal cord injury, and somebody had posted something about this program, and a bunch of people were commenting on it, and I contacted the person who had started it and talked with him, and my dad actually went out there ahead of me and made sure it was legit and checked it out. And
yeah.
I think one of the first things, you know, that really struck me in the photos and the videos that he sent back, and I remember this pretty clearly. There were lines of um, people's wheelchairs um, against the wall,
Okay.
and they had gotten everybody out of their wheelchairs to do their sessions, right? To do their workouts, whatever it was. And they had people on total gyms, they had people on stationary bicycles, they had people on mats, you know, all different kinds of activities. But just the idea of everybody being sort of freed from their device and moving in an open space was just something that felt so liberating and also just really felt powerful to me. And I thought, okay, these are people that are willing to, they understand that that's a powerful thing for us, and they're willing to do that and to challenge us in a way that is outside of our devices. You know, back then in like 2000 and this was like 2002,
Yeah.
that was pretty novel, you know.
Yes.
So the world of spinal cord injury recovery has come a long way when you think about it like that.
So can I ask you, like, what kind of things would they have you do over there?
Um, we did a lot of like postural work. We would, you know, pedal stationary bikes with assistance. We would do squats and different activities with assistance on total gyms. Um, you know, strengthening activities. We would do some limited like assistive standing.
Okay.
You know, honestly, nothing really that novel or innovative. I think it was just that they were willing to do it with us
Right,
and we
right.
were paralyzed, you know?
Yep.
So thinking about it now and seeing like what our program is capable of and what we do with our clients, it really wasn't that interesting. But I think it was just so different from traditional outpatient
That's
rehab that it stood out so much.
the organization is called Walk the Line. Can you
Yes.
explain that?
Yeah, I get asked that one a lot.
Okay.
I think this really for us, for me especially, was about the balance that exists that you have to find, I guess, when you are looking for non-traditional treatment. Um, and you still have to interact with and rely on traditional medicine. So, you know, I found myself in this space where I was looking online for, you know, unapproved stem cell therapy and, you know, programs that were in other countries for recovery therapy. And then I would still have to go to my doctor and say, yeah, you know, I'm doing good. And well, do you know about this? Do you know about that? And they would never know about it, you know? And so you need them, but on some level, their ability to help you with what you're looking for can be limited. And so you do kind of have to walk this line of like, I need something outside of the box, but I also need you inside the box, for the things that I do need.
Yeah, see that's crazy. Like I said, my background is in physical therapy. Like during my rehab, like I wanted to try all sorts of crazy things. Like I tried hippotherapy,
Hmm.
to riding a horse, uses a horse's movements to simulate the walking status. And I tried surfing in the pool in the therapy pool. So I did all
Hmm.
sorts of crazy stuff. So
Yeah, it's good for you. I mean, that's I think how you find what works for you is when you're challenging yourself to try new things. And I think that it's difficult sometimes for people that haven't gone through something so life changing and life altering mentally and physically to kind of understand
yeah,
the lengths that you're willing to go to,
yeah.
and the mindset that you're in order to get to a better place, and it doesn't always mean like um physically recovering to the point where it's like it never happened.
Right.
I think like along the journey you learn what that better means to you. But in reality, especially with a cervical spinal cord injury, small things make a really big difference for me, and so I think it's the presumption of that on you that really limits people from helping you when you're looking for help.
So I'm gonna go a little bit off topic here, but how long were you in San Diego?
I was there for maybe 2.5 years.
Okay, okay, cool. Wow. So like, where would you like? What kind of things would you do over there? I'm curious.
Um, well,
Because
the program I was in Carlsbad, so we
okay,
did the beach thing a little bit. I had a cousin that worked downtown in uh
okay. Well,
the gas lamp,
yeah,
so hung
okay,
out down there. Yeah, it was just my mom and I,
yeah,
um, mostly, and so we would do stuff together, and then I met a whole group of friends
okay,
at this program, and we would go do things together, all kinds of
okay,
stuff, hand cycling, farmers markets.
yeah,
I mean, the weather out there obviously is very conducive to being outside a lot and doing things most of the year, so that was really nice.
So you grew up in Michigan or like um
Hmm.
okay.
Yep.
Oh, can I ask whereabouts?
I grew up in Farmington Hills.
Oh, okay, okay. See,
Yeah.
I'm from Ann Arbor, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
uh, after I graduated, I was like, enough of this cold, I'm going to San Diego.
Yeah.
But then, like, when COVID hit, that's when I moved back to Michigan. So, yeah, just to be closer to family. But
Yeah. Same.
that's
I
in
mean,
Michigan.
not COVID, but same. Back here for my
Yeah.
family.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. Sorry, I went off topic there, but
No.
yeah. So can you tell me a little bit more about Walk the Line? Like, how big is the organization now?
So we have um probably let me think how many clients we have. We have maybe 55 to
Wow.
60 clients a week. Like I said, primarily spinal cord and brain injury, but we do see some other neurological impairments as well. And
Really?
our staff is about 20, 25 people, 25.
Wow. So, how did you recruit your staff?
It comes in all different ways. A lot of it is placing ads, and then kind of, going through and figuring out which candidates are best. Sometimes we've had referrals from other places, sometimes through affiliations that we have with schools for student programs
Okay.
that can lead to um, people applying, for a job. Sometimes I've had some PTs where their resumes just show up,
Oh, really?
and those sometimes actually work out the best. So I think when people are really have a passion for working with the neuro population, they're comfortable with like the unknown that comes with it.
Yeah.
And they're creative and they want to work in like a team kind of environment, then it's a great fit for people, that don't want
Yeah.
that grind of, seeing 25 patients a day, two at a time, back to back all day long, and just kind of like cookie cutter therapy, which does help in certain situations. But I think for some people, that's not what they're looking for.
Yeah. So, like, how many people do you have on staff right now?
We have, as far as our clinical staff, we've got about 14.
Okay. Oh, wow. So, how physically big is your building? I mean, is it
Our space is about 10,000 square feet. So we
okay?
have a couple different spaces for clients to work in. The occupational therapy program has its own space.
Okay.
We have our largest space is probably about 3,500 or 4,000 square feet. And that has sort of like our larger communal gym space feels more like a workout gym. Um, and then we have another space that is a little bit smaller, um, that, you know, has maybe 2 to 3 clients in it at a time instead of like 8 or 9 at a time. So just different spaces that offer different equipment, but also offer different types of environments. So, sometimes with the neural population, things, spaces that are loud and bright or busy can be distracting or upsetting or, um, just not conducive to recovery. And so we have a few different spaces for people to work in.
So, can I ask what is the age range of your clients? Are they like pediatric or geriatric or like?
Both. Yep, we do have kind of a wide range. Our youngest client right now is 9.
Oh,
She started with us when she was 2.
okay.
And then our oldest client is probably in her 70s. So it's a pretty wide range. I would say the majority are kind of like right in the middle, somewhere between 30 and 50. Um, but yeah, it's a pretty wide range, which is nice because you do get um a variety of different people that get to know each other and can draw from their life experiences and share them and create like a richer community experience.
Do you host outings or anything for your clients?
We do host like community get-togethers. Our big annual one is called Field Day. We hold it for clients and their families, and it's basically just we turn the parking lot into a big um event,
Okay.
with adaptive games and music and group painting project, and it's just a lot of fun. Food, anytime we can do that, and get together and have fun, I think it brings everyone together. Oftentimes, many of our clients don't have the opportunity to socialize outside of therapy or where they live. So, just to go to some place, where they can either be with their walk the line community or their friends and family, to do fun things and games and somewhere where they feel comfortable, is really life changing and makes a big impact.
What kind of adaptive games do you guys do there?
Um, we have like a giant Jenga set that
Oh,
we do. We have cornhole. We'll do like an adaptive like balloon slingshot game. Adaptive like crafts and some like water balloon squash games.
so
Yeah,
what kind of
relay
target?
races.
What kind of targets are they aiming at? Like, I mean, is there like something they need?
Oh, I think last year we did like some of the staff spaces.
Okay, okay, right, right.
So we try to make it fun or like animals. I don't know. We we keep it light. We have a DJ. I think last year we had a dunk tank.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, it's just fun. We also host a monthly peer group. Um, and that's just a nice space for those of us to get together and talk about whatever is going on. Sometimes we'll talk about adaptive recreational activities. Sometimes there'll be a topic that comes up or a speaker that we have, and sometimes people just have something on their mind they want to talk about.
Do you do a lot of educational events?
The peer group is it's like more of a support
Okay.
support group, I guess, but we do have educational things. Sometimes there's we had a neurosurgeon from U of M that's doing like a brain computer interface
Okay.
trial for speech
Oh,
and upper extremity function. We've had a group called Spinalpedia come in. They're like a resource group for people with spinal cord injuries and disabilities. We've had different like adaptive recreational groups come in.
okay.
So sometimes it's educational. Sometimes it's just more chatting.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, man. How do people get involved?
Um, People will find us through either word of mouth or the internet or the case managers. If they have a case manager, their physician. Um, Sometimes people are just searching the internet looking for something that they can't find in their current therapy or they want to get back into therapy and they'll find us that way.
That's interesting. Yeah, like the internet is great. Like it sounds like you did a lot of research early on with the internet, and I'm sure that's going on as well. And I'm sure they find you guys. So I mean, the internet is the perfect way for like the younger generation to find more information.
A lot of times people are that's the easiest way for them to find information, because they're if they're able to access a computer or something.
Right, right. Do you have any signature events in the works right now?
We have field day in September. And we don't have anything else planned over the summer. Often we'll do somewhat spontaneous like barbecues on our patio or things like that. But um yeah, nothing coming up besides field day. The address is 23800 West 10 Mile Road. We're
Okay,
in Southfield.
okay,
Yeah, so we're just east of 10 and Telegraph. So
okay.
pretty easy to get to with freeways and whatnot.
How did you find that space? Like, I mean, did you just found it like through a realtor or something, or
Yeah, pretty much. We've been there since 2009. So our first space was in Ferndale,
okay,
and we outgrew it. And Ferndale was getting quite pricey at the time, and so we are just looking for more space and some place that was easy to get to. Um, we wanted someplace with high ceilings. We had some kind of um, wants on our wish list, and this building just happened to fit it. Our space that we were in before this was we were on the bottom floor of a building, and we're loud with music and a lot of people and stuff, and that always irritated the other tenants. And so this space we are in a large office building, but our space is kind of like a peninsula that's on its own. So we don't have any neighbors, which works well for us. Um, and it's just been a good home for us.
so like, how many clients are in the building at one time? Like, I mean,
Um,
what's
Between
it?
PT and OT, probably maybe 12 or
Okay,
so,
okay.
14.
It's a decent
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like being at the gym, it's you
Yeah.
want other people around that you can look to for inspiration and motivation, and they can look to you and encourage you on what you're doing, and um friendly faces, music.
Yeah. So actually, Erica, so can I ask you, is it like going to a gym, or are there like time slots for clients, or like how does that work?
Um, it is more like a physical therapy clinic in terms
Okay.
of the scheduling.
Okay.
So there's no like spontaneous drop-ins or anything. Our clients do have repeating scheduled appointments, but I think the feel of it, especially in like the larger gym space, feels a little bit more like a gym environment.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So just another question on the side here. Like, I mean, so do you accept insurance or is it all private pay?
We do. We accept insurance. We do have some clients that are private pay as well.
Okay, very cool. Yeah. Okay, well, what I'm gonna do now is this is gonna be the fun part. Like,
Okay.
put you on the Disability Guerrillas hot seat, and I think you've seen some of the interviews that I've done in the past. But I've got 10 questions I want to ask you, just to kind of get to know you as a person. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the first question here. What is your personal theme song?
My personal theme song is probably I like Man in the Mirror a lot by Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I feel like that's all about making change and seeing the change in yourself and
Okay.
putting that out there in the world.
Okay. Very cool.
And very timely with his movie out.
Oh, that's right. That is coming out. Okay, next question here. Who is your personal hero?
I think, not to be, I have a lot of them. I think I have a lot of people that I really look up to. There's obviously like disability advocates like Judy Heumann that I really look up to. I think like a personal hero. It's a little cheesy because it's Mother's Day, but my mom, because she's always she's been with me, and I see how hard she really works for her family and all that she does, and she's always there to like make great food and support you, and I've just learned a lot about being a mom from her myself.
Okay, again, a side question here, but like, what was her signature dish?
She has a lot. We're Italian, so pasta, sausage, anything. She's like one of those people that she'll be like, "Oh yeah, come over. I'll just put something out. I don't really have anything," and then it's the whole meal.
Yeah, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm Filipino, so I think Filipinos and Italians are very similar. So it's all about eating. So yeah, that's great.
It's like a whole 4-course meal,
Exactly. Okay, next question here. I've got 10 questions, so this is the third one. If you weren't running Walk the Line, what would you be doing professionally?
Something in advocacy or public policy, probably.
Okay.
Maybe a lawyer or something in government.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit here.
Okay.
But what is your guilty pleasure?
Okay. If you promise to not make fun of me about it, I will tell you.
I can't promise anything. So.
When I'm doing my exercise bike at home, I like to watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And I will tell you, it's just like mindless chatter that also has a way of making me feel really grateful for what I have in my own life, and the lack of drama that I have with my friends and my family. So it's just one of those things.
So, like, are you a big reality TV fan? Like,
no, not at all.
But you do like the Real Housewives?
I do, and I like Food Network shows.
Okay. Okay. I won't say.
Like I said, it's my kept secret that's now out in the world. So
yep, exactly.
there you have it.
All right, I'm gonna change gears a little bit. Now, I will be very impressed if you can get this next question.
Okay.
Okay, we're going high school science here. What is a covalent bond?
That I do not know.
Okay. All right.
I will just preface this by saying that I was pre-law and political science in college.
Okay.
So
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, like here's the definition. A covalent bond is a type of chemical bond formed when two or more non-metal atoms share a pair of electrons to achieve stability. Now, these bonds form molecules where atoms are held together by the electrostatic attraction of the nuclei for the shared electrons. So basically, it's just atoms coming together, sharing things, and forming molecules. And I personally think that's awesome because that's exactly what we need to do in the disability community. There needs to be more collaboration. And
yeah, for sure.
like, do you collaborate with other organizations or you know?
Yeah, we do. We have other organizations that serve a similar population that we collaborate with on, events, whether they're for the community or for professionals, in our, I guess, area of expertise. I am on the board of the Michigan Statewide Independent Living Council, so do some collaboration with other disability groups through that organization. But I think in general, the disability community and the organizations that serve it are generally underfunded and stretched pretty thin when it comes to their resources. And so I think that is the biggest challenge to working together is, really like we need each other, but it's really hard to find the time and the space to make that happen. And our issues are, so big right now that things that need to be addressed. So it's really a time that we need to work together.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely think there's room for collaboration, but different organizations need to take the first steps and start everything. So I really think there's a lot of potential to affect the disability community. So I just wanted to add my 2 cents there. But all right, we'll go to question 6 here, and this is kind of random as well.
Okay.
Okay, if there was a movie biopic about you, who would play you?
Oh. I don't know. Sandra Bullock?
Sandra, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because she's funny.
Yeah. Cool. All right, and we'll go to the next question here. What do you like to do in your spare time? If you have
yeah, I mean, my spare time, I love to spend time with my family. I have an 11-year-old, and so I just love doing stuff with him and my husband and my parents. We just like to be outside when we can. Love to watch his sporting events. Just anything like that together is what I like.
So I do want to ask you. You said you have an 11-year-old. Like, what is quote unquote cool now? Like, I don't have any kids, so like, I have no idea.
Don't ask me because I'm like the uncool mom at the moment.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I think he's into sports and music and sports cards. Football cards. We have a million of those. Baseball cards. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I never know what to get my nieces and nephews for Christmas. So
Okay. I don't know either.
All right. Okay. Next question is this here. Who was your teenage crush? We're going way back here.
I know. I have to remember my teenage years.
Yeah.
Gosh. I'm gonna draw a blank on that one.
Oh, okay.
If I had to think about like a a movie person, I feel like Christian Slater was pretty popular when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I think we're around the
But I
same
don't
age.
know that I had like a real life teenage crush that I remember.
Yeah, see me, Alyssa Milano, a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, she was very popular. Yep.
Right, and this next question is extremely controversial, but I want to get your feedback on this.
Okay.
Okay. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Well, my answer may be controversial as well because I don't really eat pizza.
Oh, wow. Really?
Um,
Wow. That's the first time
I
I've heard that.
I
Wow.
know. Well, I'm gluten and dairy free. They
Okay.
do make substitutes for that now, but yeah, and it's not really a big. I was never really a big pizza fan. I think in college is probably when I ate the most pizza, and
Yeah.
I think I was team pineapple.
Okay. Okay. All right. Great.
Yeah.
Right. Then I'm gonna end the interview here with this last question. See if it comes up. Any parting words? Like any words of advice for people, especially people with disabilities?
You know, I think that sometimes it can feel overwhelming to think about the result of the change that you want to have in your life, whether it's like physically or professionally or emotionally or whatever it might be. And that can be even more so when you have a disability because the barriers can seem so large. But I think just finding one thing that you can affect change in, and starting at that point and working towards that goal and then moving on to the next one. It's the achievement of anything that really gives you the confidence to keep going forward. So if it's, getting out into your community, maybe you start by just making a trip to, someplace that's not as scary, whatever that might be, and moving on from there. Or if it's a physical thing, maybe you start by going back to PT or, the gym or something, or just even ordering hand weights and working out in your house for a while. So whatever it is, just start small and be kind to yourself, and you can do it.
Thank you so much for doing this. This was awesome. Really.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This is really great that you do this.